you're a parent, I'm sure you've heard of Roblox. My kids play it. They love to explore all of these different creative worlds and connect with their friends. I even have my own username that at any given time I could just pop in and see what worlds they're in. Today, I'm sitting down with Roblox's Vice President of Public Policy to talk about the platform's latest safety features, what parents need to know about privacy and age verification, and how Roblox is working to protect kids as technology continues to change. Nikki, thank you for joining us, and I would love to just jump right in about these expanded parental controls. Tell us what's going on with that.
Well, great. And we'd love to hear that you're using Roblox, but I know a lot of parents have questions, so happy to have this time with you. We have announced 2 new types of accounts on Roblox that really are designed to grow with children, that are aligned with their ages. The first is Roblox Kids, and that's for ages 5 to 8. And I kind of think of this one as the bike with the training wheels. So they're getting some skills, but there's still a lot of protections there. And then we are also announcing Roblox Select, which is for the next age group up. It's for the 9 to 15-year-olds. This is when the training wheels come off, but we know that parents are still involved. There are still protections. They're still getting used to the road. And for example, with Roblox Kids, for those little ones, chat is off by default. That means when they log in, they would do an age check. And once we know that they're in that bucket, certain aspects are just, they won't be able to chat without, the default is off unless a parent wants them to be able to.
A lot of the moms, in my friendship group here are just so worried. I'm sure you hear this a lot about uploading a picture of their child. What would you say to that?
Let me start with how age check works on Roblox, because I think it's actually can be comforting to parents when they know more about it. So age check, which is actually a feature that we rolled out months ago, specifically for chat, is a simple tool, and it's basically a video selfie. So the way that it works is the tool goes on, a child will turn his or her head to the right and to the left, and it will determine within a high degree of accuracy what their age bucket is, which will then let us know, are they eligible to chat? And if they are, we want to make sure that they're only ever chatting with people in a similar age group. So it's not the case that people can hold up a photo from a magazine of somebody else, nor is it the case that parents have to give over a photo. It's a video selfie taken in the moment. The data is deleted, and it's really for the purposes of providing a safer environment.
I'm kind of surprised. I don't know, maybe I'm a cool mom. I don't know. But I get kind of surprised that a lot of people actually don't even know that Roblox is a lot of games within a game. They think it's one game. So how do you explain?
This is such a great point for parents in particular. We know that parents have dozens of apps that they're trying to track, and we're also really overwhelmed. I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. It's really overwhelming, and I work in technology. I think that parents need to understand that Roblox isn't one game, to your point. They should think of it as a platform. And instead of YouTube's a platform and you can watch lots of videos on YouTube, on Roblox, you can play lots of different games or have different experiences. Our job and what we think our responsibility is to ensure that the content that people are interacting with, particularly kids, is appropriate for their age, and that the tools that they're getting access to, like communication features, are also appropriate for their age as well.
What drove these new safety changes?
Roblox is a 20-year-old company. Some people don't realize it's been there that long, and the platform has grown so much over time. And we know that there are children as young as 5 using Roblox, and it's exciting. They're learning how to code on Roblox, or they're interacting with friends. And there are also adults who use Roblox. As we've grown, it's become clear that we want to provide a community where there are walled gardens for kids, where they can interact but with people of a similar age, and that the experiences, the games they're playing also feel like a good fit. If a parent isn't able to go in and change one setting, not because they don't care, but they're overwhelmed or they have a lot to manage, that there are certain defaults in place and certain protections that are baked right in. Similarly, if a parent says, you know what, there is a game that Roblox doesn't think is appropriate for my 14-year-old, but my 16-year-old's playing it and I want them to be able to play together, parents can make that decision easily by logging into the app. All they have to do is connect their account to their child's Roblox account, and then they have a lot of different parental controls that they can use to manage everything from screen time limits to spending controls. And now with these updates, parents have the ability to manage those protections, not just until kids are 13, which was the kind of the threshold previously, but now through ages 15.
So what metrics to make sure that these new safety features are actually working?
There are a few that come to mind. One is we want to make sure that the tools that we're using are accurate. So with that age check tool that you and I were talking about, that video selfie, we know that it's accurate within 1.4 years of a child's age. So if it looks at a child and the child is 7 years old, it might say the child is as old as 8, or it might say as young as 5, but it's generally very, very accurate. We also want to make sure that people are using the age check tool. So as I mentioned before, for people that don't age check at all, they will not be able to communicate on Roblox, and they will have access to a core set of games and experiences that are kind of appropriate for everybody. What we want are for as many people as possible to be age checking so that we can put them in the right buckets.
Do you recommend I do it? I mean, I'm in my 40s. Do I do the age check when I log in to play with my kids?
I think as a mom, it's great to do the age check. As much as I would love any tool to tell me that I look younger than I do, I think parents will be comforted by the fact that it is actually very accurate. And my kids did it and they were like, oh, it thinks I'm this. And I'm like, and you are. So I think it's comforting for parents. Also, if you are a parent and you do the age check, then your Roblox account is set up. Even if you don't play, it does give you that door into just being able to manage the account and interact with your kids if you want to.
Yeah, I'm curious, why was facial age estimation picked over less invasive methods?
Well, I should also note, if people want to, they can upload an ID, a government-issued ID, and so that is an option for people too. Sometimes what's hard about government-issued IDs is that kids just don't have them. Some kids might have a passport, many don't, and so we think that we live in a world where we now use our faces to unlock our phones, right? Like we use faces as a secure method for authentication in many different areas, and the world is different than it was 20 years ago. We have better technologies, more robust technologies. And so we think a video selfie, especially when the data isn't saved, it's hard deleted, and it does a check. We think that that's a really non-invasive and easy way to get people part of the safety process.
When chatting, is there a way that parents can say, okay, yes, I want them to chat with their brother and sister and cousin, but I don't want them chatting with anybody else? Can they, like person by person, say yes or no?
Access to direct chat is something that we are rolling out with this change so that parents can control who their kids are directly chatting with. So some of our new parental controls will extend all the way from when a child is small until the age of 15.
So I can do all across the board screen time limits on my kids' technology, but does Roblox have something just within the Roblox app that says you've been on here for too long, you're kicked out?
Yes, there is a control within Roblox itself. It's not new. It's something we've always offered where parents can decide how much screen time is the right amount. And every family is different.
Any Roblox games you recommend playing with your family? Because I play with my kids.
It's funny. I have two boys. One is 14, one is 16. And I mention this only because I find it funny. You wouldn't typically think of 14 and 16-year-olds as like growing gardens, but my boys have discovered Grow a Garden. It's a great game that teaches kids how to care for plants and take care of their gardens. But there are so many different games on Roblox.
If a parent watching this interview only remembers one thing, what's the single most important step they should be taking to help keep their child safe on Roblox?
I would just let parents know if they have questions about safety on Roblox, they can always go to roblox.com/safety center. And that kind of kicks off, it's a starting point for all of the questions they might have. But another thing that parents can do is actually talk to their kids and just sit down with them. You don't have to play to sit with your child for 5 or 10 minutes and say, show me how this works, or like, what do you like about it? Or is there anything that's difficult for you? You just get a sense for what their world is like online, and it opens up that conversation. And you don't need to have tech skills. That's just the kind of parenting that we do every day.
Another thing that I don't think a lot of parents know is that, these games that are inside of it, who creates those? Anyone allowed to create a game? How is that process of I've created this game and I want it to be available to the world?
All of the developers that have games in those buckets go through a check on our side to make sure that the developers' accounts are secure, that we know who they are, that we have an understanding of the kind of content that's in those games. So Roblox itself, you can think of as an imagination, kind of a blank canvas for imagination. But in terms of what kids have access to in these protected environments, all of that content has to be vetted so that we know that it's going to be a good experience for them.
Thank you so much, Nikki.
Thanks for your time. Great to meet you. Thanks.
Thanks for listening and being a part of the conversation today. For this video and all other videos in the Family Beat, you can go to pbs12.org or our YouTube channel.